Hey everyone, so since it was the Queen's Diamond Jubilee today, or yesterday, or Sunday, the celebration really started Saturday. And since it was like soon or just gone, I thought I'd like to do a little kind of video about it. And a lot of people have been talking about like what makes us British, so I think I do something like that. Oh, I even like drew or like fan lined a little UK flag. It's like there. I used pink because I couldn't find my red fine liner, and I used light blue instead of dark blue. But at least I'm doing my part. I think it's just hilarious how, like, throughout the year I hear people saying, "Oh, why do we need the Queen? She doesn't do anything, and she's got all this money, not helping out in the recession, blah blah blah." Yet if there's a cause of celebration, like everyone just jumps on the bandwagon. Like, I think that's quite funny. So where shall we start? Well, the Queen, like, first of all, and like royalty and like all that stuff. Even though she's part German, I think. And what about things like our sense of humor or sarcasm? Like, because I totally don't get sarcasm. And music. I think like if you listen to some like American pop or like dance music, like it's really something you can like shake your ass and grind to. But like if you listen to like our kind of music, it's sort of like sit down and like just just try and party sort of music. And of course, winning things like Eurovision and football tournaments. Oh yeah, and food. Let's see now. Chinese takeaway. Curry. Like actually, like my friend not too long ago said I didn't know like what her exact words were, but I think she said she saw a sign saying British curry. But like curry, if there was an actual British curry, it would be just like chicken and stuffing and gravy or something, or something. But like curry's like Indian too, and I just think it's cool how well you can look at it either way. I guess like how we sort of like adapt other people's cultures and just like kind of merge it into our own. Like with Chinese takeaways, like any sort of takeaway, like pizza and all that stuff. Even though we do have fish and chips and pies, and like instead of taking that slab of meat and putting all sorts of like like kind of subtle but elegant spices in it, like the French do, or deep frying it like the Americans do, we just put it in a big slab of pastry. Oh, and things like theatre, like Shakespeare and oh, and pantomimes. Like I've never actually heard of like a French pantomime, or even like an American pantomime. Like, did I have pantomimes in America? I have to Google that or something. Oh, and Punch and Judy and puppets and things like that. Like, actually, I wonder if puppets are actually and fruit. Um, Actually, I think the only fruit we grow here are strawberries and apples and pears, maybe. But things like oranges and bananas, like they come from other countries, and kiwis and oh, and great tomatoes here, but we don't really class them as fruit. And it's not just England when we say the UK, and it's sort of half noise when people say very sort of I'd say like English things, like when we're talking about Britain, because we've got like Wales and Northern Ireland and Scotland, sort of. So things like bagpipes and the colour green or orange and dragons and complicated spellings. Like, it's so, like, our spelling's, like, so messed up. Like, put, like, a word here. Like, that spells fish. Right? Enough. Women. And something shin. Of course, we got our free education and free healthcare. And maybe the things, like, we don't want to talk about, like binge drinking and teen pregnancy and obesity. Complaining about things, but not doing anything about it. Making excuses for ourselves and other people. Tracksuits, being condescending, I think can mean patronising. Lastly, like a sort of sense of community. I mean, like things like Eurovision and stuff. Like, me personally, like, I didn't think we were going to win that year. But like, if you see on TV and things like that, and just talk to people, like, everyone sort of, like, backs this country in whatever they do. Like, in the Football World Cup, and other things. See, like I think that's the only like real well. Oh, and the Olympics too. But still, like we all sort of like back each other up and sort of fight for each other and I think like here like really empathetic like compared to some other countries I've been to, even though I've only been to one country, but still. But the things to do with the Queen, like yeah, we might complain about it, but really, I think we do care about my Queenie, my homegirl Liz. So how have you been celebrating this special day? Have you been watching it on the telly? Have you been having a street party? Or were you watching the traditional British weather? Maybe there's some things I forgot. Let me know in the comments below.